Okay, welcome to this epic match of the day. It's going to be between Sportes Volleyball Club versus Police Volleyball Club. The table leaders, Sportes, take on Police, who are shall get you the positions, but this is it. I'm called Agava and I'll be commentating along with Najib Senyonga. Okay, on the Sporters side, we are going to be having Malik Damurira and Otim Emmanuel, Odong Augustine, Kiomkama Duke, Gumin, Jonathan Tumukunde, Julius Nwahereza, Obeke Moses, Sam Engwau, Emma Okeya, Thembo John Bosco, Ojangore Joseph, and Alan Arinda. The liberos it's going to be Thembo John Bosco and Agava Nicholas. With Police side, it's going to be Sharif, Odongo, Ezra, Igune, David, Atoire Brian, Eri, Chitara, Herbert, Musa, Oporot, and the libero is one, Oumo. Okay, the starting lineup on the Sporters side include Moses Odeke, Captain Dickens team starts ahead. Okay, he replaces Emma Okia, who is out injured. Jonathan Tumukunde starts. Gumin, Duke Chomkama, and Sam Engwao. And on the Police side, we're going to be having Sharif starting. We have Eli, we have Chitara, we have Igune, Brian Atoire.
And of course, Police is coming in with their first service from Sharif, and that's a very nice catch from Jonathan Tumukunde. It's a very, very, very table attack in the net.
First point goes in favor of Police. The fastest, well, of what could be a victory today. Let's wait and see. The service for Police. Good reception by Jonathan.
And the setter confirms.
And
Jonathan Tumukunde, and that's 1 point.
I'm speaking. Don't interrupt. I have to wait for the news. Service goes out, and that is 2-1 in favor of Police. Brian Atfire goes in the service position today. Plays as a receiver attacker in an opposite role with Eri, the former Sky player. Well, Najib, what do you think of the game so far?
So far, we are, as we know, Sportes Serie is as we are kicking off. their catch-up rate seems to be a little bit low, and we are seeing police trying to catch up the pace. Though we are seeing that error from Isaac.
You don't think both teams have started on a low point and maybe they're going to fire up later in the game?
Of course, that has to be the situation at the moment, it being that is the first set. Both teams and all players are not yet warmed up. So we look up for more action as we keep on with the match.
And that is it for Police. 2 attempts at a short ball. Sees them attacking the ball twice in the net. Ikune failing to convert 2 center balls there. It's a service again for Sportes. Jonathan Tumukunde. Good reception by Police. And another failed attempt at a point. This time from Chitara.
And of course, on the Sporting side, we are seeing Duke Phillips, Goom, and Captain Dickens on front court. That's a very, very strong front court. Let us see what they can do. A very big block from Captain or Team Dickens. Sporting takes on the lead, 5-2.
Well, the lead has been there, but well, it's all blocks, and so far no ball has passed from the side of Police. You think they are not being as aggressive as we would expect, but good reception there by Eri. And finally, after about 4 attempts, Police pull one back from Eri.
That has been...
we are going to have to wait and see whether this is a start for something good for them. Because Igune is out for service and is replaced by the former Sky player. Service from Police. Good reception by Duke. And Jonathan converts that one in a backcourt in 3. For those that are watching from YouTube, we appreciate and we see the response. We see the response on YouTube. We see Charles Muhongia, Thompson Kwichiriza. We see you and many others who are watching silently on the YouTube.
And of course, we've just witnessed Tumukunde Jonathan failing to pick up that soft free ball from the center player on the side of Police.
Service by Team Sportes. Dickens or Team on. No, sorry. Service by Team Police. Good reception by Duke. And this time, he's blocked down. Well, not blocked down, but ball covered. But Police failed to convert that ball. It is Sportes 7, Police 4.
After observing that very giant
the first attempt by Police for a middle ball also ends not well. Good block.
At the moment, we're witnessing the strength of the defensive mechanism on the side of Sportes as Udek Moses keeps up that block.
Now Sportes 8, Police 4. Service by Goom once again. Police will be looking forward to receiving this one and reducing the 4-point gap that is there so far. Service, good reception by Brian. Good cover by Goom there. And the attack by Duke makes that point. It's now 9-4 in favor of Sportes. Goom is serving the 3rd time there. That means Police is failing to break those balls. Service by Goom. Reception by Brian again. Good cover by Agawa. And the dump. Moses making it look so easy. It's now 4 services for Goom in a row. And this attempt, this timeout was long overdue now because the range. It's now 4 in a row for Sporters. It's really hard to be a timeout for Police. They make use of their first timeout. They have 1 to go. Well, what do you think the coach is going to be telling the players? Because right now, things are not going well for Police.
Of course, at the moment, Police needs to break. So far, they are receiving a very good reception from the rebels and the backcourt players, and Ellie is also trying to pass that block on the side of Sportes, but the breaking point has still refused. They still need to come up with a very different formation on how to break the reign of Goom in his service position.
Well, Simply says, let's go Sporters. Simply is watching us from northern Uganda. Yeah, we appreciate Simply. Really, and Diana Kero says, let's go Sporters. All covered. And finally, well, you might say the timeout worked, but that is Sporters failing to convert that free ball again. It is now 5-4. Brian Atfire, the former Sporters player, is now in front. Today he plays as a receiver attacker for Police. And it is early on the service box. Service, good reception by Jonathan. And, well, a point for Sporters. The block didn't really quite bite well, as Police would have expected. But it was a nice try.
That was a very good explosion from Duke Phillips, pocketing that ball into the block on the side of Police, making it 11-5.
The last point is now on the service box. Good service. And he adds on his point tally. Brian Atfire fails to receive that one. It is now 12-5 in favor of Sporters. A gap of 7 points in favor of the league champions, the defending champions Sporters, and the table leaders so far. Duke aiming to add on the tally. Service again. And they fail to cover. What do you think of this? Police is failing to receive those balls. This is now an attempt. 2 balls from Duke so far. Services. Goom served 4. Well, what is your take on this so far?
I believe there is a pressure increase in the players of Police, and probably this calls up for their mental health.
And mental strength,
but mental health at the moment.
Duke managed to waste that one away. He was doing well, but he wasted it away. The service went out, and now it is a service for Police. Iguna is back in front court. The former Sky player is serving. Let's see where this leads. Reception by Duke. And the first attempt at a backcourt by Goom. He has not attacked. This is his first attack in the game so far.
Yes.
And well, not one his enthusiast would have expected. But well, he's asking for the ball again. Let's wait and see how he does again. Good reception again by Duke. And Jonathan pins that one outside. Good attack by Jonathan, but it goes out. The range reduced to 5. 5 from a range which was 8. I think this is good for Police because this is now 3 services in a row for Police. Good service, good reception by Duke. Covered by Eddie.
And another block.
Sharif attempted to make that one, but Sam couldn't have any of it. It's now 14-8 for Sporters.
And of course, this also creates for more seriousness in the defense mechanism of police, as we are seeing they are failing to cover up the balls. And another service error coming in from Sportes. That has been Sam.
Well,
Savi.
Sam Ngwao serves that one outside. It's now 2 losses of service from Sportes. Well, not many errors compared to the past game that have been there. But it is now Sharif on the service, which means police now have 3 attackers up front. And it's Goom again, and the ball is out. 2 attempts. Well, you can say 2 failed attempts at that backcourt. We wait and see how he's going to adjust to this, because the range has reduced now to 4. It's now 10-14 from 8. Sharif is serving again. Good service there. Reception by Kapi. And the ball goes out. Well, very bad attempt on a block from Boris's Chitara, the opposite. Attempted to dump, but it went out.
I believe that evidences the pressure right now.
Well, not necessarily pressure, but I think, well, we have to wait and see. Maybe the viewers will have a different view on what that was. But that is a good attack by Police. The ball hit the roof, which means it went out. The gap goes back to 4. Good attack by Brian. And you couldn't cover that one as well as you would have wanted. You can see the frustration. Good cover by Police. Oh. Twino Mujisha Rogers says, cheers, Sportes. Well, I, on the other hand, say cheers, Police, because now it is Police who seemingly need to be in the driving seat, because it's now 3 points gap now from 8. But now it is now 4 because Brian Atwaire served that one outside. 16-12. A 4-point gap in favor of Sportes. You can see the frustration in the face of Brian. And Jonathan, who has served well so far, is back in the service box. Let's see what Police is going to be able to do with this reception. A good one by the Ribeiro. You! Ball on. 17-12. Oumo Dixon says Sportes is playing some sweet volleyball here. Let's go Sportes. Well, Najib.
Yes, Pizagawa.
Is this sweet volleyball?
It might be
Do
sweet.
you agree with Oumo Dixon? Is this sweet volleyball?
According to the viewer's point, for him it might seem to be sweet.
Well, according to you?
Let us not forget that this is the first set.
If the first set, okay, what is your opinion on what Police is playing? Is it?
If Police goes ahead and corrects the few mistakes or errors they are carrying out on court, that is to say service errors and the defensive mechanism, probably we might look up for a very exciting action in the nearby future of the next upcoming sets.
Agashaf says 45 minutes should be enough for Sportes. Well, Duke had you, and that was the attempt on the attack. You saw that. Police called the second timeout of the set. It is now 18-12, but it is the last timeout for Police in this set. For now, they have to work out and make sure they cover up those points without a break, because, well, unless Sportes call for one. Because Sportes has not yet called a timeout so far. The range is back to 6. And you see the reason why the timeout was called, because it had been reduced to 3. Nathan Emong says, Goom is yet to settle in the sweetness. Well, Nathan Emong agrees with Dixon. There is sweetness, but one player is not yet there. So let's wait and see when he does settle. And well, wait for police when they start on that sweetness and see what is going to be here when both teams are sweet and giving us sweet volleyball here. Good set by Brian. Well covered. Oh. You can understand the frustration here.
Of course, that was very terrible.
Missed that ball to the disappointment of very many police fans who are here. You could hear the voices.
And
Now 19-12.
substitution from police. We are that's Odong coming in for Sharif.
Good reception by police. And Gune makes use of the mistake he made earlier on. He makes that point for police. It's now 13-19. Bambari Alex says, I have Sharif and Agaba on court. Now let the best team win. Well, two boys, two different teams. He has no side. May the best team win. We see you, Bambari. Enjoy the sweetness of the volleyball tonight. It's now 2 points for Igune because the service, that S was his. 14-19. Igune will make an attempt to make the 3rd point for himself this time round. A good service, but ends up in the net. It's now 20-14. Captain Dickens' team is on for the service, which means Sam is back on court. And the front three of Duke, Goom, and Sam against the front three of Chitara, Ezra, and Eli. Service goes out from Captain Dickens' team, which means Chitara goes in service, and he has to be careful because police are chasing 5. Do you think this can come back?
Hopefully, it will need a very big, very huge. I don't even how am I supposed to term it.
Well,
Because,
the heart casts doubt, but well, the 3rd substitution, now 3 substitutes so far because police made a substitute for the setter. It was Odong on for Sharif, and now it is Julius and Odong on to replace Moses and Goom on the side of Spotters. Good service by Julius. Covered by Spotters. And Duke, who has been flying so far. Police seem to have no way of blocking that ball from him. It's now 22-15. The range is now 7. Blocked by Sam. Free ball for Spotters. Agawa picks that one. And Duke this time opts for some dump, and it works out. It's now 23-15. 3 services in a row for Julius. Police have failed to break, and according to the coach, Oporot should replace Brian this time, probably to sort out the problem that has been coming with the reception, because the service is biting. Let's wait and see how Oporot does now. Good reception by Eddie. Set. And Chitara pulls one back for police. Duke failing to block that one-on-one. A good attempt there though, but it deflects outside. You can see what it means for Chitara, and it now is Oporot on in front. Air is serving that one, and Let's wait and see how it goes. Good reception by JB. And a point for Police because some nets, yes, touches that net as he's attempting to pick that ball. It's now 23-17. Service for Police again. Good reception by Dong. And Duke. Duke is shining and no one seems to be able to stop him here. 24 for Sportes. EK Signature asks which team was Duke in before transferring to Sportes. Well, that was UCU last season, just last season. Chinomunisha Rogers asks, okay, he says Police will ask for water. Well, let's wait and see. The first point for the substitutes. Oporot makes the point on the second attempt and at the attack against Odong and Sam's block. It's now 18-24, and there's a substitute now for Police. Where is the other? Police make that substitute now so far, and it is going to be Herbert in. Service, good reception by JB. And finally, the first set ends 25-18. Simply says, why can't we all agree that the ball should go to Duke? If you have the setter's number, I mean the phone call number, telephone, you know what to do. Well, Najib, it's now 25-18 in favor of Sportes. What is your prediction?
Probably.
Before I engage the viewers so far, from what they have seen so far, what they think it's going to be the game, what do you think for you as someone who's here watching?
It being
Live
that it's a first set, it ending 25-18 has been, should I say, both teams are not warmed up yet.
But what do you think? How do you think the game is ending? That's what I'm asking.
Of course, we are expecting Sportes to win.
By how many sets to how many? Do you see Police getting sets or a set?
Of course, I'm not expecting Police to come up.
You don't think they can add 7 points on the 18 they've got today to make it 25 in the next set?
That's if they correct the errors.
Well, I'm asking the way you have seen, the way they are playing right now. Can they do it?
Considerably, according to their body language, they can do it. They can make it, in fact.
They can, eh?
They can.
So you think there can be a win for Sportes, but Police has the capacity to take a set or even two, according to you?
It can take a set, but it can't go beyond one set.
So you are predicting a 3-1 for Sportes or 3-0? Well, Mariam Naiga says 3-0 for Sportes. Well, let me wait and see others because I think these ones are biased. Because clean 3-0, really? Let's wait and see how well you have predicted this. But also considering you have already watched this. But so far, from what you're seeing, let's wait and see how it goes. So far, I have predictions from Najib and Mariam Naiga. This one is from St. Charles. Yes, Naiga from St. Charles, very vocal on Twitter. Formerly Twitter, now X.
Actually,
we wait and see. But it is a very changed lineup. Whom who was not doing as well as his enthusiasts would expect is out, and Odong starts now in opposite.
Of course,
the only change made by Sportes tonight in the second set. But for Police, it's going to be a change again. Oporot starts ahead of Eri, who was also a receiver attacker. So it means Brian comes on again as a receiver attacker with Oporot and Chitara in the opposite position. Also, Odong, the setter, starts ahead of Sharif, who started in the first set. So it is 2 changes for Police and 1 change for Sportes. Let's wait and see what these changes actually do for the teams. But like Najib predicted and Mariam, and then now Simply has also predicted 3-0. Ago Lado has predicted 3-0. Of course, she's biased, but let's wait and see. I'm going to predict in the 3rd set. I reserve the rights to predict in the 3rd set. That is when I'm going to predict.
And
But the 2nd set is on, and the Sam starts in service for Sportes.
And probably in this set we are seeing Odong on the side of Sportes, who has been away for quite some time. He has been always on the bench, but not given an opportunity to step up for the game. So let us look forward to what he has been keeping up for us as Sportes continues to take on the lead.
The first point of the 2nd set ends in favor. It is okay. Goes in favor of Sportes. Samuel will serve the 2nd time, but both teams are now fighting. Unlike in the first set, you can see it is really hard to make that point. Both teams are fighting. Agasha Josephine says 3-0. She didn't specify who, but since Sportes has one already, so it is now 3-0 in favor of Sportes. And Oporot, the substitute who shined towards the end of the first set, is still shining. It's now 1-1, and Oporot will be there for the service for Police, which means Brian Atwaide is on, and is going to be up against Moses Odeka, who is blocking from 2. Good reception by Duke. And Jonathan dumps that one, but it's picked. And Brian. 3 blocks, no problem for Atwaide. It is now 2-1 in favor of Police. This is what you said they would do. You said if they fight, they can. Are you changing your mind? Do you think Police can do something?
I'm not changing anything in my mindset because we have really started witnessing Police trying to bypass that block on the side of Sportes, and if it all goes well as I have planned, we might see them putting up a very big fight for Sportes.
Well, Oporot served that one in the net, which means it's now 2-2. Good reception by the libero there. And Chitara
Another wipe
makes
on the block.
good use of Jonathan's block. It is now 3-2. No, 3-1, 3-1. It's now 3-1 for Team Police. Oh, no, I was right, 3-2. Well, oh.
And this time round, Police has failed to use the block.
Ryan fails to convert that one on Jonathan's block. Jonathan is in for service, which means Duke is on. Duke has been doing well so far this game. But Police still has 3 attackers up front. Wait to see who the setter will choose. Chooses Chitara, but is brought down by Duke. It's now 4-3 in favor of Sportes. Jonathan will look forward to serving that one again. It's now 2 services for him. Dickens, Otim, Odong, and Duke up front to block the front 3 of Sportes of Police. Good reception by Brian, and he makes use of the block once again. Otim and Odong failed to block that one. It's now 4-4. Chitara will serve for Police now. Lado Agor says they can't do anything. Well, Lado, they are doing something. It's now 4-4. Good reception by Oporot. A good touch. Ah. The fight is on. Good attack by Brian, but he couldn't get past the team's block. It's now 5-4 in favor of Sportes. Service for Team Sportes. The captain, Dickens team, will be serving on or out. We don't know. Let's wait and see where it goes. He serves it on. Good reception by Brian. And the backcourt passes over, but it doesn't land on court, which means it is now a point for Sportes. 6-4. Najib.
Yes, please.
What do you think so far? The fight is on for Police, where they are losing, they are trading, but they are fighting.
According to my point of view, Police is trying to put up that fight as
well, cut the bad shot, because Brian is here to silence you. It's now 5-6. Very good attack by Brian. Almost hit a 4-4. Very deep. Agaba couldn't reach that one. It's now 5-6. And Brian is on for that service, which means Oporot is back on court. Back in front court. Good service by Brian. Saved by Duke. And Sam pulls that lead back. It is now 7-2. The lead is now only a range of 2. Only a range of 2 for Sportes.
And we are seeing
Police are really fighting.
We are seeing Odong Augustine service right now. Very nice service from Odong, and a backcourt which has been stopped by Duke Phillips.
Well, not stopped. That is 4 touches, which means it didn't cross. And to the disappointment of fans who are both here at the old Kampala indoor and online, and they support Police, they are going to not be happy with that. It's now 6 for Police and 8 for Sportes. Iguna is back on front court. Of course, waiting to see how he's going to. They are blocking Duke, which means they are serving him. Let's wait and see whether this works for them. Well, we didn't get to see that because the service went out. And Duke is now back in backcourt. 9 points for Sportes, 6 for Police. It's an ace. Everything seems to be working out really well for Duke tonight. He's a man on form. 10 points for Sportes. Only 6 for Police. They are going to be disappointed because they started really well with the lead at the start even. Bambari says Brian has a point. You underestimate that service? Simple really? Well, let's wait and see what he does now.
That's
And,
kind
well, you called it simple, so it is simple and in the net. He's going to be disappointed. But it's now 7 points for Police. The setter is Odong is on for the service, which means Stara is back in front court. 3 attackers for Police now. And, well, good attack by Odong in backcourt. And Jonathan pulls it. Good attack in 4. It's now 11 points for Sportes. Chitara couldn't block that one alone. It Tangeka says, Agaba, I think you should accept all balls should be going to Duke. He's making people kneel and ask for forgiveness. Doesn't matter whether I do agree or not because I'm not the setter. Good reception by Oporot. Odong makes use of that one. A good one by Sam. And Captain Otim pulls another one back for Sportes. Now 12-7. Sportes seems to be finding a way of leaving Police at some point and making that gap really big and very frustrating for Police to even catch up. It's now 5 points gap in a set that really started very ups. Together.
In simple terms, police is giving us false hopes or gave us false hopes.
Thompson Kwichiriza, finally someone who believes Sportes will concede the set. His prediction is 3-2. Sportes in favor, of course. 3-2, which means Police lose, but with a point. He thinks the points are going to be shared tonight. That is Thompson Kwichiriza. The first one. George William Charles says, Dennis, please change video quality settings on your phone. OPC. PC video is perfect. I think, if he's talking to Dennis Kasasa, we are going to try and work on that. Let me talk to them. Thanks for the feedback. Dave. George William, probably the solution should be to increase your picture quality on the settings of YouTube. For us here, it's okay. Please go to settings and improve the quality of the picture on your phone or the laptop. But so far, it is now 16 points for Sportes and 8 for Police. The range is now 8 points. Good reception by Police there. And Brian, who you are on said he has a very big point to prove to Sportes. Well, he's still making the attempt. Good service by Moses. Good reception by the libero. Again, Brian dumps it, but it's picked, and Duke passes it over. And finally, the dump works for Brian. It is now 9 points for Team Sportes. Service by Police. extra, which means it's now 10 points for Team Police and 17 for Team Sports. Well, Najib, so far, what do you think?
At the moment, I'm observing disappointments from Team Police as they are failing to step up as expected.
As expected by
Yeah.
some of the fans, well, Thompson Kuchiriza, among other fans, believe Police should get a set or will get a set. So far, not so well for them because they are trailing by 9 points. With Police or Sports left to fight for only 6 points and win this set. So it means they really need to pull up their socks if they are to get a point tonight. Or points tonight against Sports. So far, so good for Sports. So far, not good enough for Police. You can see the frustration on the coach. The players are encouraging each other, which is good. Let's wait and see how they make use of this timeout. Because it's now a margin of 9 points, which has to be covered before Sports make 6 points. Game on for Team Sports. Alan in the service box. He repressed Jonathan earlier on. Well, good service. And blocked by Duke. The range is now 10 points. Another substitution by Team Sports. Duke, who has had a good game so far, is replaced by Emmanuel Mururi.
We are seeing Emma joining Odong and the team on front court. And Agaba, speaking of Odong, so far, how are you seeing his gameplay after his full comeback today?
Whose gameplay? Odong?
Oh, yeah, Odong's.
I think he's adjusting really well. He's playing well so far. Not the one we always knew, but it takes time. He was out for some time and hopefully he keeps regaining the fitness slowly. And will be ready to give a good show in the playoffs come next year. Speaking of substitutes, Eli came on to replace Atire Brand right after the timeout. And he scored that one for Police, so it means it is now 11 points for Police and 20 for Team Sports. Chitara on service. He serves it really nicely. But captain for team does not really connect well with his setter. And the ball passes. We wait and see whether there's going to be another attempt at that. 12 points for Team Police. Good reception by Aaron. And Eli again. It's Eli again. It's now 3 points in a row for Team Police since the timeout. And it's the guy who is being served and receiving that ball well so far. Really well. A good reception again from Alan. Odong attacks but is blocked. There's attempts Emma Mururi. Eli covers that one. Again Eli. The attack is good but it is brought down by Odong and captain of team. So it's now 21 for Sports and 13 for Team Police.
And of
Another
course,
substitute for Team Sportes. Team out, Ojangole on. And Ojangole heads straight to the service box. Serves it well. Opolot, good reception. Good cover by Julius. And it's a block out. Wise play from Emmanuel Mururi. So far, not good for people who thought, well, Police can get a set, can get 2 sets. They have not really done well so far. And we have to wait and see how they do in the next sets. Because this looks not promising on the side of Police. A very big range of points, 10 in favor of Sportes, with only 2 to play for. But the range is reduced to 9 because Oporot attacks that pipe right in the 6, and no one is there to cover it. 14 points, 14 Police.
and that was a very good strike from Odong Augustine as he bypasses Opoloti's block, and he's heading right in service after his first time break.
Service from Odong, and a good point from Police, which makes it 15 for Police now so far. Gune is back on court. 15 for Team Police, 24 for Team Sportes. Good reception by Aaron. And Emmanuel Muluri makes that attempt, but he's blocked. Oporot makes use of that free ball. It's now 16 points for Police and 24 for Team Sportes. 0 margin of error is required if Police is going to go away with 3 points tonight, because they have to first get Sportes at 24 and also win if they are to go out with 3 points tonight. Service by the center player. Good reception by Emmanuel. And the ball goes in the net. Julius really struggling with the center player so far. The execution of that ball has not been good from both sides. We saw a team struggling too. Something he needs to work on so far. Good service by Team Police. Reception. And a good block from Team Police. Can this come back? That is the question. Najib, do you think this can come back?
Of course, this is volleyball.
6 points to play for. Service from Team Police. They know it's a 0 margin of error, and they are serving this well. Charles Muhonga says, Team Sportes, we need this win. Well, a good reception from Emma.
Another block.
Another attempt at the middle ball, but Sam is blocked down by Police. It is now 19 points for Team Police, 24 for Team Sportes. 5 points to play for if Police is going to do this. The service is on. Good service again. Good reception by Emma. An attempt for a dump covered. And Oporot attacks it. It's on. 10 points margin reduced to 4. 20 for Police. 24 for Team Sportes. Thompson Kuchiriza must be there saying, I told you so. Another service received poorly by Sportes. Brought back. Oporot again. And he makes the point. We said before, if Police is to take 3 points tonight, they need this set. And so far, the 10 points gap has been reduced to 3, which means Police has made 7 points in a row. And it is the center player again serving. Service by Team Police. Good reception by Alan. Set by Julius. Sam is setting. Good block by Police. And finally, to the disappointment of very many fans, you can hear the noise. It's an error that cannot be neglected by the second referee because Police netted at an attempt to block that ball. It ends 25-21. You can see there was a net there. Very disappointing for Police, but it gives them the vibe and the morale to come back and fight because now they know they can. So let's wait for an epic match. Third set, Team Police and Team Sportes. Really looked good for Sportes, but it ends on a high for Sportes and very tense. Let's wait and see how it ends. Third set on. We go for a break now. Welcome back to the third set. It's a change lineup so far from what we had in the second set. For Team Sportes, Julius starts ahead of Moses Odeke in the setting position, while Alan starts ahead of Jonathan Tumukunde in the receiver attacker position. Well, for Police, it's only one change. Eli replaces Alan Atsaire for the position of receiver attacker. A very good end for Team Police, a very good fight. If they want a set tonight, they're going to have to capitalize on that one so far. Let's wait and see how this goes. Good reception by Alan. And on the start, Odong Agustin attacks it outside. A good start by Police. 1-0. Set 3, 2-0 in favor of Sportes. By the third set, it is 1-0 in favor of Police in terms of points.
And of course, Agaba, hopefully, what I'm seeing right now, it's as if Police got a little bit more vibed up according to the recent set. Their morals are a little bit high after making that recovery from a 10-set backlog, reducing it to a 4-set, as in it's a 4 points loss in set 2.
Good reception by Police. And early attacks that pipe. Well, it went out. But Sportes, on an attempt to block that one, netted, according to the referee. And yes, indeed, there was netting. So it's now 2 points in favor of Police. Operate in the service box. Service for Team Police. Good service. Good reception by Duke. A back set, and Alan's ball is picked, but it's not a good pick from Team Police. 2-2. Here we go again. Service by Alan. Good service. Good reception by the libero. And the ball lands on court. Poor judgment from Sportes there because the ball was left to land. It's now 3-2 in favor of Police. Igune, who has been serving well so far, is on for service. Alan, John Bosco, and Duke are there to attempt to make that ball a very good pass. And Duke makes it a good one. But the setter does not connect well again with the center player. It is now a 2 points margin for Team Police. The set is not a good one. It's now 4-2. Tom Kuichiriza says 1 to go. Well, 1 to go for who? Because your prediction was 3-2, so we are thinking of 3 to go. Well, Igune serves it in the net, which means it is now 3-4. Sportes trading by 1 point. Captain Dickens' team is on for service, which means Sam is back on front court. Good service by Captain. And Ellie fails to receive that one well, giving a very free hit to Duke, who makes no mistake on that one. Makes no mistake, and it's now 4-4. Service by Team Sportes. Free ball goes to Captain, who receives it well. And Duke, for the first time in a long time, has been brought down by Team Police. Police's Chitara. And the center player blocks that one. So it is now 5-4 in favor of Police. Stera is back on service, which means Odongo, the setter, is now in front court. Up against Duke, who has had a very feasting time against him. Duke receives that one well. Good set by Julius. And really good play by the libero, but the ball is too strong for him. 5-5.
Well, today it seems to be a very lucky day for Duke. after confirming that brilliant attack, making it a point.
Well, when you call it lucky, you underestimate his strength and.
Not being underestimated, but at least today, it seems to be that he's the shining weapon for Sportes.
Well, you don't lie on that. He's really doing well. But so is Oporot. A very good game for him so far. He attacks that pipe, and it is now 7 points for Police, 5 for Sportes. Eddie serves that one again. Good set by Julius. But it is covered by Team Police. And Julius takes the matters in his own hands. A good dump from him. It is now 6 points for Team Sportes, trailing by 1. And Duke is on the service, which means Alan is on for the attack. Good service by Duke. Opolot will have to think about that because now that is ups. For those who predicted 3-2, this is the set where Police must make no mistake because they must win. Those of 3-0, such as Lado, Mariam Naiga, well, Najib here, and many others. Fingers crossed, maybe, because so far, the lead is not that big, but Police is having a very good game so far compared to the other sets. Of that reception and the set, imagine for Police again. It's now, well, only 1 point. But they will be happy with it because if they maintain that, probably they could win this one. 13 points for Team Police and 12 for Team Sportes. Good one by Police. And Sam breaks that gap. Ups for both teams.
Of course, we are seeing Tumukunde Jonathan in service. Good service from John and a very disappointing catch from Opolot, making it ups. In fact, making it 14-13 for Sportes. Tumukunde in service again.
For Team Sportes. Sportes up after a very long time behind Police. We'll wait to see how Police reacts to this because they were doing really well in this set. Good service by Jonathan. Good set by Odong. And Eli attacks that one right on the body of Jonathan, who fails to pick it up.
Probably I won't deny I'm so happy for Eli on what he's putting up today. At least whenever he comes on front court, he tries to bring up some fight for Sportes and also pulling up the situation for his team.
The gap is back. It's now 15-14 for Sportes. Tables have turned. It's no longer Police up front. We wait and see what Ezra and Opolot will do in front court. But of course, there is also another option of Eli in pipe and Chitara in backcourt. The setups for Opolot. A free ball again. Let's wait and see who he gives this time. Opolot again. Not a good one. A free ball for Sportes. And now Sam Ngwao is brought down by Ezra. After, well, this is the first time he's doing it so far.
Yeah.
Sam has been passing.
Yeah, and
it was around 3 attempts and they were all successful. This is one for Ezra and it is very important for them because it means that Police are now ups. 15-15. Well, Alan is having none of it, and it's now 16-15. Julius Noahere is out. Oboke, no, not Oboke, is it?
Odek.
Odeke Moses is on. Odeke Moses is on. Chris Muhonga says this is called head-to-head set. Well, head-to-head indeed. But Oporot's touch on that ball means Sporters go now 2 points ahead of Police. And for Police fans, this is going to be very disappointing because they have been playing really well. And the coach knows what this means. That is why he calls this timeout so far.
Of course, this is the end of timeout for Team Police as Sporters keeps on with its lead, 17-15. Sam in service and good catch from Opolot as he goes on and executes with a very brilliant attack.
The block is swallowed, the ball is swallowed, which means the gap reduces to only 1 point. Team Police fighting on now. Good reception, well, bad reception by Duke, but it's up anyway. And an attempt by Allen to pass over the ball fails. It's now ups. The timeout seems to be working for Team Police. 17-17. Odongo in service. Moses Odeke has Allen and the team on. Good reception by Duke this time round. Good catch. Free ball. An attempt by Dumfries. And Opolot. Finally. Finally, Police are ahead again. 18 points. And the man to take the favor for this is Opolot. Good reception by Duke. And Allen pulls one back for Team Sporters. 18-18. As Charles called this is head-to-head set indeed. Points per points. Brian is on for Chitara. Good service by Team Sporters. A good set. Good cover by Duke. He moves for it, but the ball goes to Alan, who is brought down by Oporot. You can hear the noise, you can hear the excitement by Team Police supporters, because finally they are playing like a team that could take a set and maybe start from there and get some more. It is now 19-18. Good service by Oporot. Good set by Moses. And Jonathan is having none of it. 19-19.
Probably if this set keeps on going like this, point by point by each from each team, we might actually go ahead and see some exciting fun when the set enters into 20s, because probably no team is allowing any.
Well. Jersey number 18, Eli, puts Police in the lead again. 20 points for Team Police. Sporters dragging behind on 19, trailing by 1 point. Igune is serving. Good service by Igune. Good reception by Alan. And captain of team attacks that one. There's a blush on someone, which means it is now a point for Team Sporters. 20-20. Service by Team Sporters. Or Team Dickens is on. Good service by captain. It goes wide off. Not good anymore because that's a point for Police. Well, Brian Atwire is on for service. He repressed Chitara area on, which means it's the opposite right now. Let's wait and see where he serves this one. Good service from him. Serves Duke. Good reception. The dump is picked. Moses sets down. 21-21. Charles says, what I know Team Sporters will win this, but it won't be easy. Well, 4 points for each team to play for, and a possible more depending on how they play. Let's wait and see whether Charles is right on this one.
I probably
Good
agree
service
with
by
Charles.
Jonathan. Good reception. Early attacks that one, but it's picked. And Duke does what he has been doing all along. Finally, Sporters is back up front. 22-21. Service by Jonathan. A good one by Team Police. Oh, good cover. Cover by Team Sporters. And Duke attacks but is covered. Dumps are being covered here. Opolot!
Wow. That was a really great
The
rally.
fight is on, the cover is on. Good attempt by Opolot, but is covered by Jonathan. And Moses makes good use of that cover. A dump that couldn't be picked really. A dump that couldn't be picked really. 23-21. 23-21. Police really disappointed with this, of course, but they can still get this. Medi Musisi says volleyball is nice. Well, can't agree more. Volleyball is nice indeed. Charles Muhongia says nice one, Sporters. Let's wait and see because the players are back on court. And they are going to be fighting for this one because for Team Police, this game can only go on if they win this set. Let's wait and see how it ends. Service by Jonathan, a good one. And this time around, Ed is having none for this. Yes, he attacks this one hard, and the cover by Jonathan can't really help enough because the ball hits the roof, which means the ball is out.
And we are seeing
David is on for Team Police. A substitution that comes on for service and cover. He has not played so far in this set, but he comes on with experience. Let's wait and see how he does and how he leads Team Police in this one. Good cover by Police. And Opolot has been doing really well. Really well in this set because I think it has been Opolot and Duke This game has been a show for these two guys who have been really playing well.
Not forgetting Ellie.
Yeah, makes use of Sam's one-man block. 23-23.
And
Service by David again. Jazzy number 16. Alan and Duke. And Agaba will try and receive that one. Goes to Duke. Good reception. And Sam attacks that one right in front of the libero. Very deep. He can't do nothing for that. Good set by Moses Odeke. 24 for Team Sportes. 23 for Team Police. Pressure on both sides. Let's see who makes a good attempt on this one. Good reception by Police. And Opolot attacks this one really well, but the teammates let him down because they don't cover it well. It makes this one means it's done. It's done for Team Police. Good fight by Team Police, but Potes takes this one. And well, they are going to be disappointed, but also very happy with the attempts they made because they really fought well in the two sets that came last. And well, next on tonight is going to be Sky Volleyball Club versus the reigning champions for the National Club Championships, Nemo Stars. Up shortly.
Probably we are going ahead to see the team statistics as Sportes wins 3-0, 16 attacks, 14 attacks from Police, having one block and 3 blocks from Police. Services 3 and 0 from Police, and of course opponent errors. Police beating this by 5, Police having 6 errors. So congratulations to Sportes and hard luck to Police.